Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. What you've all been waiting for. WWE news first. Before I give you the results to Raw and your superstar spoilers for the Raw brand of superstars. Of course, it's internet. Oh, there was 2 matches. I ain't gonna go into it right now. Alright, and here we go. Michael Hayes was dropped in his job duties over the weekend. Finally, and Ed Hosky takes his place over the position of head writer for the SmackDown brand. Key insiders have indicated that more shakeups on the WWE writing team expected after Hosky's promotion to the lead writer of SmackDown. So look for better storylines and more African American pushes, such as Mark Henry, and possibly some other African American talent. Stephanie McMahon is said to be revamping the manner in which the TV shows will be pitched to the WWE chairman Vince McMahon. And a related note, reported earlier, although that was a widespread report that Michael Hayes has been moved to into a management position, did not work. He is still very much a part of the writing team and has been promoted a little bit to work alongside Brian Gewirtz on the wrestling end of the writing team hierarchy. Hayes will still report to Stephanie McMahon, who reports to Triple H, who reports to Vince McMahon. For what it's worth, Averno is still wrestling with EMLL in Mexico. It's said that he's even hotter now than he was ever before, losing his mask last month. There is no update on when he may start working for WWE, if he will at all. Because he says he's not going to, but other reports say they know better. Other media reports from South Africa note that Big Show was another WWE superstar who had items stolen from his luggage earlier this week. We also know that Christian and Sin Cara had their belongings stolen. It was reported about half of the SmackDown crew were victims of theft also. Several other also had their properties taken, but no names have been given yet. The Medina Gazette from Ohio reports that WWE signed NAIA National Wrestling Champion Derek Ford to a developmental deal on Friday. Ford was invited to FCW tryout months ago after WWE's Jerry Briscoe scouted him at a wrestling competition. Ford is planning to move to Florida, where he can begin training at FCW. The 2-time national finalist and 3-time high school state wrestling runner-up had the following to say about his signing. Right when I got the call, I was like, yeah, I'm one step closer. I'm willing to do whatever it takes when I'm crazy enough, big enough, and my career is sound and well molded. That's when they'll say, okay, you're ready, man. I'm just living in the moment. I'm 22 years old and I have this opportunity. I will take it and seize it. And here's some of his pictures. If you can see him. Alrighty. And I'm going to delete that one. Close the page. Alright, back to the report. Facebook deleted Maurice's fan page last week. So those are wondering why she hasn't been posting any messages on her Facebook page, I wonder why. And she finally gets back on and said, hey guys, Facebook deleted my fan page. I do not have an account as of right now, as she wrote on her Twitter account. Check out FrenchKissMaurice.com for updates. Be sexy. WWEShop.com has released a John Cena garden gnome. Yeah, buy John Cena to guard your garden. Tyson Kidd celebrated his birthday. He turned 31 years old today. Okay. .NET readers Mike Rossi, Jared Broder, and Victor D'Angelo are at the Raw show in Boston, Massachusetts, and are passing along the results of the WWE Superstars tapings. And the dark match, Vladimir Kozlov defeated JTG. JTG started talking a ton of smack about Boston while wearing a Yankees hat. No one seemed to care, but he kept on playing it up. And a Yankee suck chant broke out in the crowd. JTG had the early advantage. Kozlov battled back. And the match lasted about 3 minutes, and he got the win. WWE Superstars taping match number 1, but Scott Sanford and Josh Matthews are on commentary. They started late. They barely made it for the Raw live show to get on time. Match number 1, Zack Ryder defeated Santino Marella. Ryder got the bigger pop despite being the heel character. Santino went for the Cobra early. Ryder surprised him with a crossbody block. A huge Let's Go Ryder chant starts. Santino got very little offense in early. Santino tried to do a top rope move. He tried it several times, and he couldn't even get to the top rope. So he tried at least three times, and then stepped down to the bottom rope before missing a headbutt. So I guess that was Santino's Boxmania match. Ryder hits his Rough Rider kick, and gets the win in another 3-minute match. Ryder was super over here. Match number 2 from the Raw brand. Beth Phoenix defeated Maurice. No one seemed to care. Maurice even wore Beth Phoenix's gear, the Glamazon gear, and mocked her. That was basically her only offense. Beth won in a 4-minute match. And according to all 3 guys, the match blew. Blue whatever. Okay, live from Boston, Massachusetts, and here is your Raw results. Announcers are Michael. Why is it the surfing on the North Shore that good this week? Cole. And Jerry the Bruins couldn't beat the King Lawler. We start off with a man who is no longer suspended and who is less than a week. Punk does not have a mic. He has a megaphone, just in case, as he says many a times during his segment. Punk takes a seat in the center of the ring. Indian style he sits. And he wants to know if he has everyone's attention now. Punk makes sure that the mic is working. He's got a regular mic now. He feels like he needs to recap things. Talks about what he had to say 2 weeks ago. Punk then says he didn't watch last week because he wasn't even on the show. He reminds everyone that he was suspended by Vincent K. McMahon. Punk says that he got in some trouble for things that he said weeks ago. He says that he did not get into trouble because he announced when his contract went in. He did not get in trouble for saying that he would defeat John Cena at Money in the Bank and taking the title with him out of the WWE. He did not just get in trouble for mentioning that the company will fall into the hands of Vince's idiotic daughter and doofus son-in-law. Punk says that he got in trouble for having the balls to say the things that others would not say. Punk says that the company inside and outside the ring are filled with a parade of shameless ass-kissers. Punk says that not only is he reinstated, and not only is his title match with John Cena back on, Punk says that he brought back up in his case, just in case they cut off his microphone. Punk says that it is just in case. He says that some are wondering why Punk is holding a live mic. Punk says that Vince is trying to sign him to a long-term and lucrative contract with WWE. Punk says that it's funny that Vince is bending over backwards now And 5 years ago, he wouldn't even do this. Punk says that all he wanted with a microphone because it is power. Punk says that in the hands of everyone, it is a microphone. In Punk's hands, it's a pipe bomb. Punk says that Vince sees him as the hottest commodity in the industry. He finally sees that way because Punk did something that the endless suits could not do. He says that he made the WWE socially relevant. Punk says that he is not talking about the people in the building. He is talking about the real world. The company gets mentioned for two more reasons. First, for CM Punk speaking his mind. The company is when somebody dies. Or the second is when somebody dies. Now, because of CM Punk, the WWE is all over the internet. ESPN is trying to get him on their shows. Jimmy Kimmel is begging him to appear on his show. And then Punk says that it's funny that he has got 1 foot out the door and now Vince is ready to offer him everything in the world. If Vince treated him like this 5 years ago, he would not have this much pent up ammunition. Punk sits down again. He says that he knows Vince McMahon. He knows Vince McMahon and he knows how Vince does business. Punk says that Vince will want to sit down man to man. Punk says that they should have the first ever live contract negotiation in the ring. Punk says that maybe he will sign, maybe he won't. Maybe Vince McMahon will have to join the CM Punk Kiss My Ass Club. And at that point, John Cena's music plays and he makes his way to the ring. Punk tells Cena to turn down his music because it is too loud. Punk points out that John Cena is in the ring with him and the fans are not too happy. Punk thanks Cena for getting him reinstated for a job that he did not want in the first place. He thanks Cena for giving him everything he wanted. Not only will he win a title, which is going to change the look of, because it has looked far too ugly, far too long. Talking about the belt there. Maybe that's a spinner belt. Cena has made many things completely real. Punk says he will win and he will leave with the title. He points out that Cena will be fired. Punk says if Cena thinks that Vince is going to fire him, and reminds Cena of the 7 days that Cena was fired the last time we hired him. Cena asks Punk if he is finished, and Punk says that he is probably not. Cena congratulates Punk for pointing out that he has a set of balls. Cena says that he has heard of Punk say that he is walking out of Chicago with a title, and Punk is actually Punk is acting like Cena is a pushover. Cena says that it sounds like nobody is going to stop Punk in Chicago. Cena says that he is no pushover. Cena then points out that Punk said that he is the best wrestler in WWE. Punk interrupts and says he is the best wrestler in the world. Cena says that Punk has a set of balls and is too self-confident. Cena says that he is the best because he has the title and he's earned it. Cena says that Punk thinks that he is the best wrestler, but there are a lot of people who thought that in the past, such as Triple H, John Bradshaw Layfield, Edge, Batista, Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, and Eddie Guerrero. They thought that Cena couldn't hang with them in the ring, but they were left disappointed. Cena says he doesn't care if Punk stays or goes, or if Vince fires him or not. He is going to come to Chicago and kick Punk's ass. Anonymous general manager interrupts Michael Cole. Makes his dingy ding dong sound. Hama lama ding dong. Cole reads it before it hits the computer. And it says that Vince McMahon is on his way to the arena to negotiate with Punk. If this is John Cena's last night on Raw, he should be in action. John Cena will be in a very special match as they go to commercial. Well, I took my own break for this, so I missed the next segment. And as a break, when I come back, he's wrestling a handicap match. And the notes say that they went to commercial with Punk wishes John Cena luck over his megaphone. I guess that was while they were off the air on commercial. And they're back, and John Cena is trying to figure out what type of match he is in. And it's the first match of the evening, John Cena versus David Otunga, Michael McGillicuddy, in a Who Is Really handicap match. Otunga starts things off for the tag team champions, and they lock up. Cena with a waist lock and Otunga with a wrist lock. But Cena gets out of the hole. Cena with a snap mare into a reverse chin lock. Otunga makes it to the ropes. Michael tags in, and they lock up. Michael works on the arm, and he puts Cena in a hammerlock. Cena with a side headlock on Michael, followed by a shoulder tackle. Cena with a hip toss and a drop kick that sends Michael over the ropes to the floor. Otunga goes to check on Michael, and they cut to commercial. Back for commercial. Michael with a side headlock, and we see footage from the commercial break when Otunga sends Cena into the ringside barrier. Cena gets kicked into the corner, and Michael kicks him. Otunga gets a kick in while the referee deals with Michael. Michael gets a punch on Cena. Otunga tags in now, and they send Cena into the corner. Otunga with a punch and a choke to the corner. Michael chokes Cena from an apron. Otunga with a hard Irish whip, and Otunga does the Nexus salute for no apparent reason. Otunga tries for a suplex, but Cena blocks it, and he hits a suplex of his own. Michael tags back in, and Cena moves. When Michael tries for a splash in the corner, Cena with 2 flying shoulder tackles, followed by a Blue Thunder bomb, and the 5-knuckle shuffle. Cena gets Michael up for the attitude adjustment, but Otunga interferes, making a save. Otunga with a reverse atomic drop, followed by a drop kick from Michael, and McGillicuddy gets a near fall. Michael puts Cena on the top turnbuckle and punches Cena. Michael tries for a superplex, but Cena blocks it. Cena with headbutt to knock Michael off the turnbuckle. Cena takes care of Otunga on the apron, and Cena with a leg drop off the top turnbuckle, and Michael is put in the STF. Otunga tries to break it up. Otunga punches Cena, and Michael joins in. Michael with a running elbow, but Otunga misses a splash into the corner. Cena with an attitude adjustment to Michael, and he throws Otunga over the top rope before getting a 3 count on Michael McGillicuddy. So John Cena wins the match again. Then they cut to commercial. Back, and just in case you want to see Edge, he will be on the season premiere of Haven this Friday. And also, they advertise that Big Show will be on Thursday's USA Network program of Burn Notice. He's actually playing an in-between guy from the previews of what they showed. And he actually does some wrestling moves in the segment. Michael Cole quotes Gorilla Monsoon when talking about the match between Big Show and Mark Henry. And we have a video package of it. Vicky is in the back with Dolph Ziggler, and they run through what Dolph is going to say to Vince. He says that Vince should fire CM Punk and John Cena and make the United States title the most important title in WWE. Well, Dolph says that Vince looked like a wuss last week. Vicky says that she is strong. Drew McIntyre interrupts as he has a Vince off with Vicky. They're all doing the Vince power walk, and they're trying to talk like Vince McMahon. Dolph says that Vince is a shell of a man if he cannot grasp what Dolph has. He should be the chairman of AARP. Dolph suggests that Vince should retire. Drew, Dolph, and Vicky have an escalation of insults for Vince until Vince walks up from behind him. Surprise! Vince says hello to two of the fastest rising stars in WWE history. He says that they deserve to have the spotlight. Vince suggests that they tag team tonight up in a handicap match against a really, really big opponent, someone like the Big Show. Well, Dolphin do thank Vince, and Vince asks them if they have a mint, as he heard him. They said he had bad breath, and everyone is at a loss. They do the searching, they can't find anything. Vince says that he wouldn't want to have bad breath. And looks at both Drew and Dolph. And they walk away. Scott Stanford walks up and asks Vince what is going to happen during the live contract negotiations. And Vince tells the entire world to go to hell. And then Vince walks away. Kelly walks us into a commercial. They show Kelly walking backstage, getting ready for a match. And we're back with the WWE Rewind. Kelly winning the Divas title from Brie Bella. The Bellas have joined Jerry and Michael at the announce table to get ready for some broadcasting gold. Match number 2, Melina versus Kelly in a non-title match. And believe it or not, this was a squash match. Melina only had like 2 offensive moves in this entire match. She tried to do her split leg drop and missed, and that helped Kelly get the win, which didn't go well with the Bellas. Okay, they lock up. Melina with a snapmare and a kick to the back. Melina with a knee followed by a Japanese chokehold. Kelly with elbows and clotheslines to break it up. Kelly with an Irish whip and a handspring back elbow into the corner. Kelly with a stink face that was actually botched. You can see she was like a foot or 2 away from Melina's face. All she did is just stick it in her face, but no actual touching. And then followed by a neck breaker for a near fall. Melina with a kick, but like I said, she missed the kick, and Melina does the split. Kelly with a screaming K2 for the 3 count, which is the famouser. After the match, Nikki and Brie have microphones, and they can come into the ring. Brie suggests that Kelly can go get some food because she looks so anorexic. They both suggest that Kelly could use some food. That's when's the last time she ate? Last month? Kelly has had enough, and she hits the fast press. Since she didn't get to do it during the match, Nikki and Brie attack Kelly, but Eve makes her way to the ring. Eve is taken care of with an X Factor. I apparently did not see that. Miz is walking in the back, and he is on his way to the ring as we go to commercial. We're back with a slam of the week. Alex Riley beating Miz last week again with a backslide and a subsequent ass kicking by Miz afterwards. Miz comes out to the ring and he has something to say. As all the ladders are apparently in the ring, and you get all the contestants in this segment for well, not all of them. I'd say 6 out of the 8 competitors are in this match coming up. There are only 7 guys there. Alberto Del Rio. He made the segment, but he didn't come involved until the very end, after the match was even over. And of course, we see all the ladders all over ringside area. And there's a ladder in the center of the ring and under the briefcase. Well, as he's sitting up on the ladder, the briefcase is only like 3 feet away from him. Wasn't very high during the matches that were going on. Somebody could have easily did a frog splash off the top and caught the briefcase. Well, after the match on that, they raise it up just a hair. Okay, Miz climbs the ladder and sits under the briefcase. Miz says that there is no better view than sitting on top of this ladder and looking down on each and every person. Miz says that he is used to being on top and being the best. It makes a difference than everyone else in the Money in the Bank match. It is not because he is the most must-see superstar of all time. It is about knowing about his path to the WWE title. He says that he has been there before, unlike any of his opponents. Many have been close, but close does not make a winner or a champion. Everyone will find out that he is still he still has what it takes to be a champion. Miz says that he is quite comfortable up here because this is where the future happens. Miz says that he is still the future. Every pretender on Sunday will learn why he is the Miz, and he's just about to say, awesome, he's cut off. Stopped by the All-American, who makes his way to the ring. Yes, that's Jack Swagger. And Swagger asks rhetorically if Miz is the future and at the top. He says that Alex Riley must have hit him too many times. Swagger says that he has won the Money in the Bank match and he has cashed in the briefcase to become the world champion. Swagger says that he is going to do it again. Miz does his classic, really? Then he asks Swagger if someone wins Money in the Bank and cashes it in, but nobody remembers. Did it really happen? Evan Bourne then comes out and he says that he is sick and tired of hearing what everyone else has done before, but Evan says that he is going to win this match on Sunday. Kofi Kingston comes out with his pyro and says that he appreciates Evan's confidence, but at the end of the day, it is all talk. This is the Money in the Bank that we are talking about. It's an 8-man ladder match where everybody puts everything on the line. All for a chance at the most prestigious champion in the history of the WWE. Anything can happen when you step through the ropes. Kofi says that if he wins, it is not because of what he says tonight. It will be because of what he does Sunday. Kofi says that it's a coincidence that the greatest superstar in history had to retire because of being in matches like this. R-Truth comes out and he tells the little Jimmies in the ring that the conspiracies against Truth continues. Everyone is talking about CM Punk versus John Cena, but 2 weeks ago he beat John Cena. Truth sent the WWE champion through a table, and all the little Jimmies saw it. Now he has to climb a ladder and grab a briefcase. How is he supposed to climb a ladder and grab a briefcase when he's got acrophobia? Michael Cole makes a comment. Acrophobia? Isn't that the spider disease? Well, Truth says conspiracy knows that he is afraid of heights. There better not be one spider on this ladder because he is afraid of those too. Truth looks up at the briefcase and says that if he opens it up and sees a spider, the grit's gonna hit the pan. Briefcase is gonna get got. Alberto Del Rio then makes his way into the building in his car, but still not the same without Ricardo Rodriguez with his special introductions. He says that this is the absolute disgrace. He shouldn't even be in this match. He took care of Rey Mysterio to make him the #1 contender. Alberto asks why he says that John Cena is afraid of him. Now he has to do it all over again just to show that he has the destiny to be the WWE champion. In 6 days he will teach a lesson to every single one of them. And the bell rings. Ding, ding, ding. Well, it's not it's a bell. It's the anonymous general manager Michael Cole reads the message. Alberto Del Rio has a point. Since 6 of the competitors are in the ring at this point, let's have a match. It's going to be a tag match. Miz, Jack Swagger, and R-Truth will face Evan Bourne, Alex Riley, and Kofi in a 6-man tag. Then they cut to commercial. Match number 3, Evan Bourne, Kofi, and Alex versus Miz, Jack off Swagger, and R-Truth. And we have a multi-man match on Sunday, so we need a tag match tonight. The match is joined in progress since they went to commercial, and Swagger with an armbar to Bourne. Bourne with kicks, but Swagger with a takedown, and he tags in Miz. Miz with knees to Bourne, followed by a knee lift. Miz chokes Bourne in the ropes, and then he kicks Bourne in the head to get a near fall. Truth tags in, and he punches Bourne. Truth with a slam, followed by a spinning leg drop for a near fall. Truth chokes Bourne, and the referee warns Truth. Truth with a rear chin lock on Bourne. Bourne tries to make the tag, but Truth keeps him out of the corner. Truth with a delayed gourd buster for a near fall. Truth has something to say to the referee. Truth with a front face lock. Bourne tries to make it to the corner to make the tag. Truth stops his momentum. Truth with a suplex into a stunner for a near fall. Pretty cool move. Truth chokes Bourne in the ropes, but he misses with the axe kick, and Bourne with a knee to the chin. That staggers Truth. Kofi tags in and hits a springboard clothesline, followed by a drop kick and a Superman punch. Kofi sets for the boom drop and hits it. Kofi sets up the Trouble in Paradise, but instead he knocks Swagger off the apron. Truth hits Kofi, and then Irish whips him. Kofi with a pendulum kick, which is actually the Insecurity kick, followed by a crossbody for a near fall. Then it's broken up by the Miz. Truth clotheslines Kofi through the ropes to the floor. Miz tags in, and they go to commercial. Back from commercial, we have Miz with an elbow to Kofi for a near fall. Truth tags in, and they hit a double suplex on Kofi, and Truth gets a near fall. Truth with a head scissors on Kofi, but since Kofi is not off the airways, you can keep him in the hold. Kofi finally escapes, and Truth punches Kofi. Swagger tags in, and Kofi kicks his way out of trouble, but Swagger and Truth stop Kofi. Kofi with a double DDT. All 3 men are down. Riley tags in, and Riley with a spear and punches to Swagger. Well, it looked like more of a leg tackle to me. It was a mighty low spear, more like on his hip area. And, well, he throws punches to Swagger. Riley with a running back elbow, followed by his spine buster. Riley brings Miz into the ring. Then he kicks Swagger. Truth hits Riley from behind, but Bourne with a flying knee to Truth. Swagger misses the Swagger bomb, and Riley with a DDT for the 3 count. The faces get the win after the match. Miz hits Riley with a skull crusher finale. Kofi takes care of Miz with a drop kick. And just as that happens, Truth knocks Kofi out of the ring with a clothesline. Bourne with a leaping knee to Truth, and he sets up for the shooting star press. And as Alberto Del Rio running down and attacks Bourne on the top turnbuckle, Del Rio takes the ladder and hits everyone in the ring with it. And when they try to get back up on the apron, he nails them again. Then he throws the ladder at Miz on the outside, and we look back at last week's Raw. We see what happened 2 weeks ago when Mark Henry knocked Big Show out of the steel cage. And the match number 4, Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler with Vicky Guerrero versus Big Show. Another handicap match. Dolph starts things off, but he tagged in Drew before doing anything. I didn't see this part. I had to make a bathroom break. Show brought in Drew into the ring, and he chops Dolph off the apron. Show with a headbutt to Drew, followed by an Irish whip and a clothesline into the corner. Show with a forearm across the back. And then he punches Drew in the midsection. I guess it was a low blow. So that referee didn't see. Show with a short arm clothesline, followed by a slam. Drew screams in pain, so he might have an injury. After the slam, Show sends Drew over the top rope to the floor. Show sends Drew into the ringside barrier while Dolph does his best to avoid making eye contact with Show. Show with elbows to the head as they fight back to the ramp. Show throws Drew into the ramp and the referee calls for the bell. So I guess it was no contest. After the match is where I came back in. Drew was sent into the WWE logo on the stage. Because they made it back up to the rampway and you saw no Dolph. Well, Show sets up for the choke slam of McIntyre off stage, but out of nowhere, Mark Henry with a running shoulder block and all three go off stage. Officials check on Henry, Show, and McIntyre as we go to commercial. There's no apparent injury that I could see from Mark Henry, because all he did was like a double axe handle, and he jumps over with him. We are back, and Mark Henry is limping away as he refuses help from officials. Okay, then we see footage from earlier tonight when Alberto Del Rio attacked the six man in the six man tag who were in their Money in the Bank match. It's time for the Money in the Bank retrospective video package. It's time to run through the card for the Money in the Bank. They do that. Vince McMahon and CM Punk are walking in split screen as we go to commercial. Did you know that SmackDown is the #1 rated show on Sci-Fi for the last 40 weeks? Come on now. That's what the thing said. Vince McMahon makes his way out, but he decides to go to the back. He wants a better introduction. Vince gets a better reaction as he does the walk, but he decides to go back again. Vince finally makes his way to the ring, still doing his power walk. Vince takes a moment to say hello to John Cena Sr. before getting into the ring. I didn't recognize him at first. I said, what? Okay, then somebody mentioned it, one of the announcers did, saying that John Cena's family was in the crowd. Well, we have a new type of table in the ring. Vince wants the fans to acknowledge who he is. Vince says that he will not be joining the CM Punk Kiss My Ass Club. Vince says he could never do anything like that. He says that is a bit bothersome because it is supposed to be a public negotiation. Vince says that the contract should not be negotiated in public, but nonetheless that is what CM Punk wants. Vince asks for Punk to make his way to the ring at this time. Vince offers his hand to Punk, but Punk refuses. Vince says that everything in the contract is there. Vince says that even Punk's request for his own collector's cup is in there. Punk introduces Vince with, "What a maneuver." And to me it sounded like, "What a manure." Okay, we must have been smelling his breath. That's what I thought he was talking about. Punk can't believe that Vince is going through this. He says that he expected Vince to be in the red shirt with the armbands because he is pro Cena. Punk says that Vince does not think Cena can win on Sunday. Vince says that he wants Punk to sign the contract for the right reasons. This will give Punk a lot more money than he could not live with Punk walking off Chicago with his title on the last day of his contract. Vince asks Phil, that is Punk's real name, if this is okay. Punk says, if that's the way they want to have fun, let's have fun. Punk says that the contract wasn't up to par, so he has a new contract of his own. Punk says that he already signed the contract, so he wants Vince to sign it now. Punk says that there are a few perks. Punk says that he would ask the WWE Universe if this should go down in public, and if the fans want to hear it, and of course they do. And Vince has got that little peculiar smile on his face. Punk asks Vince if someone stooged him off about the contract. Punk says that he gets to push Vince, and he gives Vince a light tap. Does it several times. Punk says that he will kick Vince in the nuts, and Vince will smile and like it. He tells Vince that he will show him respect, or Punk finds the nearest shredder and walks out with the WWE title. Punk says that he wants his own jet, not the WWE jet. Punk says that his face will be on everything. He wants it on the Titantron turnbuckles and everything else. Punk wants the WWE ice cream bars brought back. That got a laugh out of the crowd. And a big hoot and holler saying, yeah, bring them back. Punk tells Vince that he just. Well, Vince didn't like that. He gave a little. Okay, because of course everything he said was going to make him money. He wants WWE Films to start making a CM Punk video, or the movie. He says that it can be called Chaperone 2. But this one will be funny, entertaining, and successful. The main event of WrestleMania is John Cena versus Vince's buddy Dwayne. He says that it is The Rock for those who don't watch Disney movies. Punk says that this match will be the main event. Punk says that there are a few of other perks he had added. Punk says that the contract says that Vince will apologize to Punk for suspending him. He will apologize to the people for being one of the biggest hypocrites. As for the anti-bullying campaign, he says that Vince is one of the biggest bullies he has ever met. He wants Vince to apologize. Punk says that he has had friends who weren't as talented and were unceremonially fired. He says that Vince doesn't know what people want in 2011. Punk mentions guys like Colt Cabana and Luke Gallows. Vince will apologize to Punk for them because they are not here. Punk says that he is the voice of the voiceless. Vince apologized and he will like it. Vince wants Punk to calm down so they can sign the contract. Vince wants them to be gentlemen. Punk wants to know if they should be gentlemen or should Vince be just apologize. Punk tells Vince to sign the contract and apologize to prevent his company from suffering any further embarrassment. Punk moves the table out of the way, knocks it down as Vince stands up. The fans chant, "We want ice cream." And Vince says that he doesn't give a damn. Punk says that's the problem, that Vince doesn't care. Punk says that he cares too much and he might not wear the white hat, but he knows what people want. Punk says that the people of Boston want an apology. Vince finally says that he is sorry, but it's a little haphazard or half-hearted. Punk threw out a what over the apology from Vince. Very similar to Stone Cold. What? Vince tells the son of a bitch that he apologizes. And Punk gets on the turnbuckles and he says that this is better than winning the world title 3 times. Punk tells Vince to sign the contract before the stock plummets more. Before Vince can sign the contract, John Cena's music plays and he makes his way to the ring. Vince thinks that things are fine with Cena in the ring. He tells Punk that was a fine speech. He says that the people will love him in Chicago and that it's the night that he walks out on each and every one of them. Cena says that he is not going to say anything to Vince about caving into a terrorist Cena calls Punk and Vince a couple of spoiled brats. Cena says that Punk hates Vince, but he hates Vince too. He might hate Vince, but he comes to work every day. Cena says that when he has a problem with Vince, he still comes to work because of the people. Cena says that Punk is the biggest hypocrite of them all. He asks the people if they want to see an apology, but then he leaves. There was a man who said finally he was home, and then he said that he was never leaving. Cena says that he knows that Punk is not that guy. The Punk is making a bunch of demands that Vince would never agree to. Cena says that Punk is his own worst enemy. Then Punk comes back, says that he is not going to let Cena say that he has lost sight of things. Punk says that he is going to walk out of here with the title because he is not part of that mold. Punk says that Cena sees Punk as a kid who couldn't hang. Punk says that he hung off Cena's gangster car at WrestleMania 22 looking as foolish as Vince does in his suit in 2011. Punk said at the last time he was going to see John Cena in the ring, going down to CM Punk. We are in Cena's hometown tonight, and the next week we'll be in his hometown. Punk says that Cena has lost sight. Punk says that Cena portrays himself as the underdog, just like every Boston sports team. Punk says that John Cena lost sight of this, but he is glad that Cena's wife and father are in the front row. John Cena is everything that he hates. Punk says that he is no longer the underdog. He is the dynasty. He has become the New York Yankees. Cena then slaps Punk, and Punk leaves the ring immediately. He says that Vince is Steinbrenner, and Cena might as well be Derek Jeter. Punk sits down at the top of the ramp, and he has something to say. Punk says that everyone wants to hear it. He says that he is glad that Cena punched him. Punk says that he realized he wants to leave. He says that he is tired of this, and he is tired of Cena. Punk tells Vince, John, and the WWE Universe to say goodbye to the WWE title and John Cena. He has to say goodbye to CM Punk as Punk rips up the contract, since he grabbed it from Vince on his way up the ramp. Actually, it was in the middle of the ring when he left the ring. Punk says that he is going to be the best in the world somewhere else. Punk does a "you can't see me" gesture as the show ends. Okay, there should be some news on the WWE. I'll just do that tomorrow night, since I haven't seen it yet. What happened after all stopped airing, which will be on tomorrow night's program. Thanks for viewing, and the next video will be TNA spoilers.